time for the final game, Bomber versus Zenio.
Woohoo! We have a Terran versus Zerg. The first map is going to be Daybreak, and these matches are going to be great. I'm so looking forward to it. StarTale against Liquid. This is gonna be awesome. And another Terran versus Zerg is happening in the round of 3 where Gumiho has to meet StarTale's July.
July looking really good recently. Despite the fact that he does seem to be still doing his 3-base attack until they die or I die strategies, he's winning with them, man.
Yeah, you know what's coming, but it's so hard to roll it.
He just does it so well.
In the next game, I'm really looking forward to it. Zenio is just a great guy, Bomber as well. He was playing so much with Naniwa, Hack and Sound in order to help them prepare for their matches. I was really worried for the guy that he would kind of neglect to train against Zerg, but he has a great attitude towards the game, and I still can picture the moment when he was able to qualify for Code A again when he was at the Code B qualifier. An amazing player, and he is up against one of Team Liquid's. We will see him on Daybreak. What do you think about the match?
I think Bomber's going to take it, but it's hard to say exactly how well he'll do here, but I think he's definitely the favorite. Zenio recently has not impressed me. In fact, both of these players have looked really strong in the past. Zenio has always been kind of like a virus, in that he's like a medium-ish player in Codes. Like, he never makes it really far, but he's really good. And Bomber has looked crazy awesome in Team League. He's looked decent in individual leagues, but both of them recently have been pretty mediocre to me. I haven't really seen
Bomber,
a lot
really?
of them. Yeah, Bomber as well. Remember,
despite his GSL all-kill in all the games,
his all-kill was pretty impressive. But again, it's like he's either on fire or he's like a match that just like burns out in 2 seconds. You know what I mean? He's one or the other. He never seems to be consistent. Like, for example, he played in the Team League Finals and dropped mules on his opponent, and then proceeded to be destroyed.
Sometimes he makes mistakes, but I have to disagree with you at this point. I actually like him, and I think he's a great player. I mean, you didn't say that he's not, but I think that maybe he lacks a little bit of stability, but I think that he is definitely on a level where he can make it to Code S, and I would love to see him back in Code S. But yeah, the next game is going to be great. I'm liking this matchup. I like it on this map. And well, the map starts, so we will have Bomber against Zenio. And the game is ready. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the GSL Code A with Wolf and Caldo. Starting to the bottom left in the red color, our StarTale player, the Terran, also known as
StarTale Bomber.
That's right. And well, it's a great guy trying to calm himself down a little bit before the match. We had a quick chat with him earlier and just asked if he was okay and if he was feeling confident, and he said, yep, pretty confident, everything's alright.
Yep.
Let's see how he's going to do against the Team Liquid player. Starting to the top right in the blue, we have our Zerg. It is
Liquid Zenio.
The thing about Bomber is no matter what you ask him, he's actually just going to be confident. Like, the first time I ever met Bomber in person when I came to Korea, I was with Moltrap. I came up to Bomber and I said, how are you feeling about your match today? And he just looked at me. He said, literally in English, I am the best player in the world. And I was like, well, okay, I guess you're feeling fine. We have a forward barracks here coming down from Bomber, and it looks like it's just going to be one.
It's at a position where you can easily just fly the barracks back into your main base.
Yep. It's going to freak Zenio out a little bit, though.
Yep, definitely. I suspect that he is going to spot it, though. He checks first if the barracks has been built near the high ground position where some Zerg players try to hide an Overlord. But it's just lately, it has been so common that most Zergs don't try it anymore because losing an Overlord in the early game is still a huge deal. You lose your supply block, you lose your 1 lava, 100 minerals as well. Something that you just don't want to happen.
No.
And guys, if Zenio's recent history is any indication, he will have a really hard time here. He lost against so many Terran players. He lost to Gumiho, he lost against Puma. He was able to take down Supernova, but from this point on, everything just went downhill. MMA defeated him 3-0, Thorzane defeated him with 2-0, Moro stomped him with a 2-0 as well. and yeah, with Puma too. So this is really a little bit of an indication that he's struggling against Terran. Bomber, on the other hand, has been doing quite well recently, and now we have him with a bunker that could actually finish, but only one Marine sent out.
Yeah, it's going to finish, like we mentioned earlier, actually in our premium cast, is that if the bunker finishes and you get a Marine in there, you have to pull more drones. You may lose more potentially. Now he's going to lose not that much because the hatchery isn't even finished, but now he's going to lose a little bit more mining time as the second bunker will probably be targeted as well.
8 Zerglings, so he was able to force a few more lings than would usually have been the case. Even there's also a spine crawler. He will be able to use the spine crawler later on, and Bomber is just going for the standard transition that we have. He's going for the double gas immediately so that he can start his tech. He will still be able to get Reactor Factory Hellions.
Zenio seems to be in a little bit of panic. He actually just canceled 2 Zerglings. Like, as a Zerg, it's almost never good to cancel units. You lose larva, and it's just so important not to do that.
Exactly.
I'm a little bit surprised by this. Bomber is going for the fast third command center. A nice cancel there by Zenio. I like that. No reason to keep that alive any longer. So he's not going to be going for the Cloak Banshee follow-up necessarily. He can still do it, but this is less likely. Factory will go down a little bit later, of course.
We don't have gas by Zenio just yet. We might just see a queen number 3 and number 4, and there they are already. At least the third queen is being built. Let's see if he adds a fourth too. And this will allow him to spread creep a lot faster. At the same time, it's a very passive build. There's the gas. So one other thing that you can actually do is you start with a 3 to 4 queen build, and you transition into Roach and Baneling all in, which is something that will hurt Bomber with the third base if he does not go for tanks straight away.
Yeah, he might potentially do that. This is a pretty good map for it, especially considering the way that natural... It's wide open enough to where you can fan out your Roach as well. You can sneak by bunkers if there's only one. The bunker over here is well positioned for Zerling run-bys, but not well positioned to deal with Roach attacks. You can attack from the top left. And the Zerling from Zenio will see everything.
Yeah, he just scouted the expansion and retreated. There's already the tech lab at the factory. And we have the Roach one. How many drones does he have? 31. Usually you pull it off with roughly 36. He has a ton of gas, as you can see. So this kind of looks like he is going really for some kind of all-in strategy.
Yeah, he's got a ton of larva as well.
We might just see him with the Roach Baneling all in here. And this will not really work, because I think by then Bomber will have a tank on the high ground.
Yeah, he should. I mean, he's already... He will. He will have a tank on the high ground before the Roaches leave Zenio's creep. Before the Roaches were conceived, man, he will have one. The Roach Warren is actually just now finishing up, whereas Seafro is halfway done.
You drop the Baneling nest after the Roach Warren, so as soon as the Roaches are in production, you start with the Baneling nest, and we'll see if this is going to happen. 6 Roaches. Speed is halfway done. Is he dropping the Baneling nest as well, or is he just relying on Roach Zergling?
Well, only time will tell. 8 Roaches here.
The gas that he still has, I kind of think that we will see a Baneling nest as well. But
yeah,
so
he's got 9 larvae, and he just doesn't have the gas to make any more Roaches. Really, he's making what he can. There's the Baneling nest.
There's the Baneling nest. And do we have siege mode?
Yeah, it's done. Like
is it done already?
Yeah, it's done. It's on the creep. I told you, man. Before the Roaches leave the creep, that's how fast he got it. He's super quick, man. Zenio's in trouble.
I should listen to you.
Zenio's he's in so much trouble, man. Yeah. This is very likely going
to fail.
Yeah, he's got.
And this is exactly what you can do. If you have a good build with the early third command center, you can still defend against this. It's a sick all-in. It is so strong. But against 3 tanks on the high ground as well, this is just nearly impossible to pull off.
One of his Zerglings got too close to the siege tank on the high ground. He saw it and immediately he's like, ah, damn it. He's making 11 drones now.
Did he cancel the... No. The Baneling nest is still...
Yeah, it's still there, but he's not going to make any Zerglings.
He can't commit to this.
No. He's still made a lot of Roaches, though.
I remember a game in the NASL where Thorzing was playing against Idra on an Antigua shipyard, and Idra went for this build, and Thorzing kind of countered with the similar build that Bomber uses, and Idra was just moving in with everything he had. Suddenly he saw the 2 siege tanks, and he left the game without a GG. Idra style.
Typical Idra.
How mad are you on a scale from 1 to Idra? And now at this point, Bomber is just looking great here.
The funny thing about Greg is that he's actually so nice.
Exactly. When you meet him in real life, he's such a nice person. It's unbelievable.
I love hanging out with that guy. Kind of sad he's not.
I met him at CeBIT, and he's awesome. He's really awesome.
He is super cool.
A lot shorter than you'd think, though.
Yeah, that's also true.
I didn't recognize him at first. I was like, guys, who is this guy in the leather jacket that is just standing there and taking those computers? And I was like, wait a
Someone's
second.
like, you
leather
mean
jacket. Oh my god, it's the Kraken.
Yeah. Oh man, this group of roaches, several of them very low on hit points, all of them managed to escape without dying. That's pretty crazy. Infestation Pit is on the way for Zenio here as he takes the third base, but Bomber now has a free third, and he's actually moving out on the map with a huge army, 69 supply to 28 supply in army.
By the way, when we were just talking about Indra, he just lost to Showmatch tomorrow at the NASL, but what really impressed me, do you remember the games that we casted of him at IPL? He looked so much stronger than just before, so I would really love if he would just step it up again and be in his old shape. But right now we have an attack here by Bomber, and he knows the timing to hit. He is in a perfect position here with Stim, with siege tanks, and he takes down this third. This is not going to survive. I have to say, Bomber is playing this so well. He has a third base, and he's doing everything right here.
Yeah.
Zenio tried to pull off this roach bailing attack, but at this point he already saw he had no chance with the siege tanks, and he was so far behind, he pulled back, and now it is Bomber who's starting to get aggressive, and he is going to, well, I don't know what Zenio can do.
Zenio's gonna die. Most likely he hasn't even started Infestor production yet. He's trying to decide what he wants to do. He like starts roach speed. I'm like, I'm sorry, Zenio. Roach speed's not the right choice in this situation, man.
There is no right choice.
No.
Right now, there just is no right choice.
He's going to lose the
tank.
Infestation Pit. He does get the upgrade and starts the Infestor beforehand, but that was a close call. Even with the Infestors, though, he won't hold this. Small counterattack at the third base.
But this is not going to accomplish anything as the Marines are moving in. The third base, he will be able to hold it. Bomber that is, and now another base is about to die. Zenio is back on one base, or will be in a few seconds. He even has to pull the drones. GG!
Bomber holding us sick, all in, scouting it.
Easy peasy.
He didn't even scout it, in fact. I'm like saying all the wrong things.
It's just the build. The build works out. It's designed to crush something like this. It's designed to be safe. It's designed to get the third base and to be able to throw back everything that comes your way.
Indeed, and Zenio looking a little bit unhappy, but not very shaken. Not like JYP was looking earlier. And here, of course, is Bomber looking confident as ever.
It was basically a build or a loss at this point, so yeah, there's no reason to be too disappointed.
I mean, like you said, there's no right choice. He's like, he watches the C6, so he's like, he starts roach speed. I'm like, sorry, man, that's not the right choice. The right choice is type GG.
He was so far. He had to hope for mistakes from Bomber.
Yeah.
This opening was just the worst opening that he could pick.
Yep.
So let's just see what he's going to do on Antigua. This is going to be in the next map. It's obviously a map that's very hard to play.
Tough map to play on when you're down a game. It's going to be pretty frustrating going to this one. This is something that we didn't talk about with the map pool. You know, for example, the second map, it's always going to be tough. It's going to be tough if you're down a game. That's why the first map in this case is very important. And to lose that first map is really a big blow to your confidence and to your mentality, because your plan is not to lose that first map and then have to play down a game on Antigua.
Yeah, exactly. It's not something that you should be comfortable with. We had a few players, like for example, Paul, that pulled it off in the games, especially when you are playing in the first round of Code A. It's just, it puts so much additional pressure onto you, because you kind of start to panic and you think about, oh my god, if I lose another map, then I'm out of it. I'm down to Code B.
Very true indeed. Well, the countdown is loading, Keldor. It's time to find out if Zenio has it in him. Can he tie this series up 1-1, or will Bomber take him out 2-0 here at the GSL Code A with Keldor and Wolf?